Shalom, shalom, Yasharel. Another day, another day. Let's whew, got a whole lot going on nowadays. Hey, well, it's a good thing to be here. My name is Mike Akins, and welcome back to Rooted in Hebrew. Yeah, with some things that we can talk about, and the things that we need to address. Yeah, there's some things we need to really truly address. Uh, it's not that the fact is shell shocking. It's not shell shocking. We passed that. It's at a point where you got to ask yourself, where is the common sense? Common sense and in our present be very sad. Um, with some of the events that has been going on, and it can be very discouraging. I kid you not. It can be very discouraging. So, one, we're going to speak about some of this nonsense that we got floating around in the community, and then shalom, Sister Monica, and then we go talk about. And I said he was going to do this stuff. Trump talked about it, signing all those executive and parting people. We knew that was going to happen. So I mean, it wasn't a shock. It was not a shock. Now these people are feeling a certain way about themselves. They feel that their Messiah is in power. He's in office. He can make the calls. All right, I can take his life now. And I can get pardoned at the same time. These days has never been for us. Never. But here we are. We in them now. And these are some very dangerous days. And it will appear, because I'm going to blend both of them together, as if we do not understand what's going on. The more I sit there and say we need to come together, the more we fall apart. I'm serious. Yes, this is Israel. This is it. These are the people. And if you think I'm going to get myself tied up in that nonsense, yeah, I mean, I seen the video. I seen the video. I'm going to jump in and out of a conversation. I'm going to fall back to what's going on within the community, and then I'm going to go forward to what's going on in the world. Because it seems we're not getting it. Shalom, Sister Linda Cross. It seems that we are not getting, or we flat out don't care about trying to get it. It's at a point where brothers can't even teach now. They can't even encourage now. They had a clip of these brothers, and they was making fun of this brother and his teacher. Talking about, these half bruised, still eating half pork, and talking about going to the motherland and things. That's the exodus to the motherland. They right here laughing like it's a joke. The one that, what's his name? Hey, what's up, brother? Listen, I don't do the pastor thing, but this here, just so you know, Kelly, he put out a video. He put that video out against Teo and Yacoba. Now, truthfully, me, Sister Monica, I'm looking at both sides. I'm looking at both sides. When me and Brother Galen Jones, Sister Kathy Jones' husband, and Brother Rick Fletcher, I said, now we need to put something together because this nonsense is getting out of hand. It's out of hand. It's out of pocket. It is out of pocket. And so I'm like, this is what you all are doing. You got some brothers right here on the panel laughing and joking about somebody's teaching. Then you have you got a thing against one brother who says that Yahusha is not Yahuwah. But these are the things we find in ourselves that we can complain and fight against. Because at the end of the day, the Most High said this, and this is the ticket that we need to hold on to. He said, the day is going to come when no one have to teach his people. He's going to put his rules and regulations in our hearts. And we're going to know how to move about without being taught. That's the ticket. Hey, Sister Amana, Sister Waters. This is the ticket, brothers. That's what we should be knowing. That's the thing we should be holding on to. Man. We were not given the dietary laws. You said Sister Monica, you said I saw the part. Yeah, about T3 and all of them. Sister Linda Cross. And so then Yacoba came back with his show. And and they ain't gonna talk about QTUA. They got agents and so and so. And I'm like, wait, hold on, pimp. See, this nonsense we talked about this some months ago. Hey, we need to nip this nonsense in the bud. I was always saying, hey, you brothers, y'all need to work this nonsense out because all it's going to do is going to turn into a big bomb that you can't control. Everybody talking about, I'm going to leave them in the Most High's hands. I'm going to leave them in the Most High. You got two brothers talking about they're going to leave their matters in the Most High's hands. That's what you have right now. I'm questioning that brother's motive, Pastor Kelly. I am. Truthfully, both our motives are being questioned. When it's all over said and done, you're supposed to be about peace and love. Brothers, I was just going over the laws yesterday. I was just going over the laws, the Levitical laws, and how you're supposed to treat your brother. Those are laws. Maybe they need to sit down and just study those laws. Because right now, there's a whole lot of laws that's being broken. Shalom, Sister Van P. I'm glad you made it in today, sis. I was in those laws. Yeah, it's a whole lot going on, Sister Waters. It's a lot. And it's flat out. as if they don't care, and at the same time, it's as if, oh no, sister, I'm gonna talk to you about that, sister, Monica. Um, no, what I was saying on that, sister Monica, was this: it was some brothers that was inside that clip that was talking about have rules, eating pork, and then they were making fun of the Exodus. That's all they was doing when it was all over, said and done. You know, but this nonsense is absolutely frustrating. We know for a fact what we need to be working on as a nation, but yet and still we don't. I'm telling you, this is ridiculous. And you know what? QTUA was the first one time that we need to come in as a group. We shouldn't come there individually. And I come to realize one thing, brothers and sisters, with that can be very dangerous also. This is absolutely, there you go. Everybody look like an agent. And if you want to get some massive confusion, look at what's going on within the community now. Look at what's going on right now. This is absolutely just downright ridiculous. We waking up talking about we Israel and everything. We've been bold and been supposedly faithful with this awakening. And yet and still we were right here on some dumb stuff. Absolutely, you're right, Sister Van P, you're right. This is absolutely just downright messy. Just downright messy. And I can only imagine what the Gentiles saying. There go those Negroes again. I knew it. I knew it. All you gotta do, and then boom, somebody go set that bomb off one day. And while all, excuse me, while all of this is going on, this man is signing pardons and things of that nature for some of our brothers and sisters who've been gunned down. This is what's going on. There are some things we need to be looking at that we're not even trying to even entertain it. I never seen so many brothers jump on and want to start talking about people's teachings, their understanding. My thing is this: you're not going to have one person that's going to know the whole Bible. Not one. But they are under the assumption that they have it down packed. You can't tell me nothing. I understand it. I know I've been chosen by the Most High. And you can't tell them nothing. You're supposed to have peace among your brothers. That's part of the laws, brothers. I got to go back over my laws again. I did Leviticus. I got to go through the rest of them. These laws are talking about how you're supposed to deal with your brother according to business, and that how you should be always be in fear of displeasing the Most High when it comes to these laws. So if you're up there talking about your brother and sister and everything, you need to be in fear of the Most High. Now, if you want to dress it up now, mind you now, because I'm questioning that brother's motive as well as Yacoba. Because I don't know if you're taking. This is just me, and I'm gonna let this nonsense ride. QTUA, and then QTUA got Asians. I'm the last person that came out of QTUA. So all right, hold on. Let me fall back. I mean, I know you're dibbling and dabbling with them. In my head, I'm saying to myself, I'm quite sure they told you their side of the story, but you don't know my side. So you will just ride. This nonsense, I tell you, they can keep this nonsense. Well, I know for a fact I got bigger and better things to be concerned myself with than this nonsense that they're pushing out. And people in his chat was just getting emotional about something. And if somebody says something in a text, it was saying like I read a question in the text, and they addressed it. And it seemed like the person was asking a question, but they blocked this. They blocked the sister or whatever the situation may be. It seems, brothers, some people do not want peace. I tell you, if you're going to hold on to these laws, and you will be about these laws, be about those laws. This is what's going on. This is ridiculous. You have leaders. You have leaders that are taking their leadership not to another level. It is all. You're right, Sister Monica. It's always that way. It's always that way. And you know, Sister Monica, I was like I said, I was going over the laws and how it was saying how you should not defraud your brother. We doing everything that we ain't got to worry about Israel no more. What? You want to find out that Israel do this here, Israel do that there? All we got to do is look at ourselves. We're doing it right now. We're doing it right as we speak. You want to talk about a North and South and they fight? That's us. This is us. And the sad thing about it is we're in captivity and we fight. I wonder, did they realize that? You want to fight over someone's teaching about an Exodus? It's childish to me. That's just childish to me. If you got your mind on staying here and that's your understanding from the scriptures, okay, my understanding is this, but we still can get along in peace. You still can get along in peace. Not Israel. Israel gonna be fighting. We going to be fighting right on up to the day of judgment. And it would appear. I mean, I'm quite Sister Monica. What is it going to take for us to fall back, say, hey, this stuff is real. We need to pull it together. What is it going to take for us to start seeing Hebrews getting gunned down in the street? They're already getting ready to do that. You see the writing on the wall, and yet, but you think you deem it necessary to keep up this type of nonsense. Not one of those brothers tried to come and say, hey, let's sit down. We got a mediator. We ain't even got to have this stuff on YouTube. We just need to sit down. Hey, we need to get a hold of ourselves. That's the thing. And if you want to stay in America, whatever, that is absolutely your business. But then you have brothers right here laughing and mocking at other brothers because this is their desire. This is their spiritual understanding. Whew. No, we haven't changed. We have not changed. 400 years. And we took the brunt of the curses. We took the brunt of the curse. And this is how we waking up. They was saying that they was just popping, saying that they was saying that the Exodus, well, one, there's no such thing in the Bible that's talking about a second Exodus. The wording, second Exodus, is true. It's not in the Bible. But the premise is, because the Most High said he's going to get his people out of captivity and put them back in their own land. That's what the scripture said. But if you take common sense, if you just take common sense, in order for you to go through another door, you got to walk out. You got to walk out a door. So we're walking out of captivity into another land. That's an exodus. That's leaving. Exodus means to leave when it's all over said and done. So, Pastor Rick, he was the one complaining about that. Shalom, brother. We got next, and it's the sis. I think he took it down. Last I heard, they said he took it down. I don't know. I still got it and things, but it's the manner in how he put the video together. I say because I'm saying to myself, I watch everything. Like, he took out time to put this video together. He really took out some time to put this video together. He did some serious editing of that video. And don't get me wrong, yeah, you had Jacobo in there cursing up a storm. It would appear he was upset. And then I'm not here to sit up here and pacify Jacobo. I'm not here to pacify Pastor Kelly or whatever his name is. Yeah. I'm not. But man, if you grown men going at it. See, this is what I'm talking about. I was talking about this stuff when I was still in Africa. Brothers, we need to straighten this nonsense out. This is what we need to do. No, brother. I mean, shoot. I think that he took it down and things, but it's my brother. And he said, "Let me check it out, Mike," and things. It was sad moments. Let's put it that way. It's been a whole lot of sad moments. But if this is how these brothers want to get down, so be it. Y'all get down on your own time, your own space. Way too much energy spent on this nonsense. Way too much. I mean, see, but I knew this was going to happen, because when you start having brothers and sisters around here talking about debates and then things of that nature. Oh yeah, Sister Waters. It did. It called out a lot of people. It did. You see now, and then that's when you start to, let's call it name calling. They start calling people agents and things. They say he moved like an agent. Truthfully, I don't know how an agent moved. That's just me. Call me naive. Now, if you come in my face and you tell me, "No, I don't like Hebrews. I don't think y'all." All right, you blatant. I can see who you are. And there you go, Sister Van P. And that's where I was saying. If you look at it, Sister Van P, it's like he took out some time. He took out some time, because when he was showing when Jacobo was cursing, he kept playing it, as like an echo. I'm like, bro, what are you trying to prove here? I'm not excusing Jacobo. That's a grown man. If the Most High going to deal with him for his language, so be it. That's between him and the Most High. I think he should have been a whole lot calmer and things of that nature. That's just my take on it. But trust and believe. It's days are going to come. I'm going to slip up too. Pastor Kelly, he going to slip up too. He's going to slip up. You're going to get angry. And I'm not even sitting there trying to pacify myself on that nonsense. But these brothers, they're fighting one another. Oh, I mean, if it ain't over teachings, they just beefing. So you went from a spiritual understanding to now it's like Big and Tupac in the Hebrew community. There you go, sister. Be angry and sin not. This is where we stand right now. And the world is moving on. The world is preparing itself for whatever they got. They want to come down that pipeline, and we don't want to sit right here fighting, disorganized. This is how we stand it right now. Stand up here. Oh, there's no second Exodus. The scripture don't say nothing about Africa. Oh my goodness. All right. Let me just say it this way for the brothers and sisters on that notion. The scriptures clearly states that the nations went in and parted up his land. Now, I ain't gonna say everybody. I'm gonna just go for me personally. From the research I have found, they keep saying that the United States is a melting pot of people. The Most High did not say that. He said that these nations went in and parted up his land. The only place on this planet Earth that has been separated, parted up, is the place we call Africa. Now, for you Bible scholars out there, that's how that's my suggestion. If you go do the research on that. What land on this planet Earth that all other nations went to and parted up? You will find out it's this so-called place called Africa. So yes, you have some brothers on there complaining about that. Because they have a desire to stay right where they're at. When I say brothers and sisters, you have brothers and sisters out here who are picking and choosing what scriptures they're going to believe. Brothers, you're gonna have to, you're right, Sister Waters, you're gonna have to do it that way. You're gonna have to have brothers and sisters, when it's all over said and done, you're gonna have to find those people that share your mentality, that share your understanding of scriptures when it's all over said and done. Because this is going to get a whole lot heated as these days go on. Yeah, oh, sister, I know they are. I know they are. Sister Monica, yes. I know for a fact they laughing at us. I know they laughing at us. They probably looking at the videos and remixing the videos just to make a mockery of us. These niggas that woke up saying they Israel, and yeah, they may be Israel, because the way they getting down just like their forefathers did. just like them. They just can't get it. They just can't get it together. We can get it together. We can go in their land and do this and do that, come back out, go back in, and they still can't get in and get out without fighting one another. This is what the nation is looking at. I can only imagine what they're saying. But everybody wants the love of the Most High. Everything is not meant to be argued about, brothers. If Truth Unedited believe that Yahusha and Yahuwah are two different persons or two different beings, so be it. I'm one of them. I'm one of them. And Brother Galen, no, Brother Galen believes that Yahusha and Yah is like the same. But you don't see me and Brother Galen on here going back and forth over that. We have a concrete base of brotherhood. His belief is not going to rattle me so bad. It's not. I know how to keep it moving. And Brother Galen said, you know what, Mike, I don't believe in that the second Exodus. Okay. I'm gonna go still keep it moving. I'm not gonna sit up here and go back and forth with that brother and fight and everything. I'm not. I'm not built that way. I did that dumb stuff when I was a child. Hmm. Brothers. Hmm. And what, brother? Just going back to this Yahusha and Yahuwah thing. Um, hmm. What I look at, brothers, and I look at some things when you when Yahusha, when Lazarus died, who did Yahusha pray to? Hmm. When he was being tortured, who did he pray to? He prayed to somebody other than himself. And that's just my take on it, brothers. That's just my take on it. When it's says, learning brotherly love, that should be the easiest thing for us to get. We took up the devil's laws and we have that intense hatred of our brothers. That's what some brothers are practicing. They're practicing that intense hatred, mass confusion, pacifying wrongdoing. And I say pacifying wrongdoing because there are some brothers out there that no other brothers out there doing some wrongdoing, know what they have done, and yet still they're not going to speak on it. There's a law for that. There is a law for that. But like I said, people want to choose what they want to follow and not follow. Just because you may help me out with this here and that there, already, you did what, man? Oh, man, that's wrong, man. But you know what, man? I don't want to get involved. That person just broke a law. The scripture clearly states, and this is a law. If you know of your brother's sin, and yet you do not report his sin, you just as guilty as him. Yeah, that's what the scripture says. If you know that this brother lied on that brother, and you know they did, and you said nothing, you're accountable to Gehenna. That's how the Most High keeps peace. That's how he keeps the peace. Ooh, I tell you one thing. With this awakening and this time of the end, I am really coming to uh, understand the Most High frustration. I am coming to understand it a whole lot deeper. Me and Sister Waters, like what, last week or something, I may think, me and Sister Waters, we was having a conversation of how we need to come together, how we need to do business together and things of that nature, so that we can start building ourselves up as a nation. Now you got all these small people talking about what they need to do in order to build ourselves up. But but you got these other leaders right here. They have massive amount of people following them. And this is how you wants to be followed. Upon all this nonsense. But then at the same time, brothers and sisters, let's not misunderstand this. This world loves drama. It loves drama. And who put out that drama? We do. We throw that drama out there like it ain't no thing. But when judgment starts to fall down, now, mind you, brothers and sisters, now, if this is the Most High's doing of cleaning camp, so be it. We still speak about these things. We still speak on love. We still speak on respecting your brothers and respecting your sisters. But the most dangerous thing about this is when you can have your followers posting comments about another person, but truthfully, they don't have a full detail. They just going by your emotion. They just riding off of your emotion. If you are a leader, and the Most High clearly stated that he hates contention. He hates it. And yet it's still you feeding it. This is what he said he hates. And yet and still, some of these leaders are feeding it on a daily basis. And then turn around want to be blessed by the Most High. Make that make sense. The world, Shalom, Sister Pixie does. The world the world is feeling good today. They got the person they want to get in office. It appeared he went straight to work. They geeked up. They have a whole new mindset. But where's these brothers at? Where's these leaders at? Hey, look here, this is what's going on. When they have they voted in a new president, we need to have brothers sitting down. Hey, brothers, now we know this man's MO. How can we prepare our people for this here? That's the conversation these brothers should be having. But yet and still, we right here laughing at one another because you may not share his line of thoughts on some teaching. But if a person believes Yahusha walked this earth, created everything that's in the Bible. Shalom, Sister Kathy. That Yahusha, is the Messiah. That Yahuwah is the creator of all things. Stay on that concrete base right there. But if you believe that Yahuwah are one in the same, you really truly think we need to be having a heated conversation over that? You have clear and present danger right in front of your face. Can you imagine two brothers running for their lives from some gunshots? Somebody shooting bullets at them, and they running together, but they got different understandings on Yahusha. Do you really truly think that while they're running, they concerned about his thinking or whatever? No, they running for their lives. I tell you, this is absolutely just downright shameful. But this what happens when you don't um, keep things in check. If you got a disagreement, the Most High always said, "Hey, be quick about settling matters." But we don't. Oh yes, it's very embarrassing. I can just only imagine all the trolls. I don't care who trying this. All the trolls like, y'all niggas ain't got nothing together. Y'all so discombobulated it ain't funny. Y'all ain't gonna never get it together. Mm. You got a whole nother political, let me see, arena for the next 4 years that brothers should have been sitting down, putting themselves together for the community. You know that you know that they do not want to see this Black Messiah thing. Everybody that's calling themselves a mainstream leader. Hmm. Wow. Is out here on some done stuff. That's what I'm seeing. Not one of them. I mean, it seemed like everybody break off. I got my thing going on. Some other brother got his thing going on. This brother over here got his thing going on. It's like, and then, man, please don't even let a little misunderstanding happen. Please don't let a little misunderstanding happen or a slip of words. It turns into a forest fire. You think LA was on fire, brothers and sisters? That flame is right here, right now. That's where it's at. Hmm. I'm gonna tell you this. And I'm gonna put it this way. Um, you brothers and sisters remember the what's that guy's name? TCA, and he was complaining about brothers and sisters. It's all it's gonna be that way. Everybody want to be a leader, chief, and no Indians. It's always that way. People, because don't nobody want to stay in their lane, sister. We lived in Babylon and we think we have the right to voice our opinion. All righty. If you feel that you got your right to voice your opinion, you need to be living back in the days when our forefathers coming out of Egypt. You know, when those brothers and sisters come, they come up to the Moses, Most High spoke. He like, stand back, Moses. Let me go ahead and lay these people down. The Most High didn't, no, he didn't hold back. Ain't nothing new up under the sun. The same thing is going to happen. Some of you brothers will get laid down by the Most High. And some of you sisters go get laid down by the Most High because you feel that you can voice your opinion and not have any type of repercussions from it. Man, please, you better wake up. You think something that they can go in, yeah, I believe this law. I'm gonna stick to this law here. No, I don't believe that one. You will get laid down. You ain't coming back up. There's nothing new under the sun. Call it harsh talk, but it's going now. It's seemingly now. It's going to be more of a reality. Do you brothers and sisters think that the Most High is going to continue to let these brothers and sisters keep on running their mouth like this? You think that He's going to continue to let this contention continue to build up? Dadgummit, I tell you, we the ones that are coming out of the 400-year prophecy, and this is how we getting down. And we always claim we Judah. The scepter will not leave between his feet. Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is what we do. We have the knowledge of how we need to deal with our brothers and sisters. It ain't the fact that you don't know. It's what you don't want to do. It's what you choose not to do. Now, I can't say who's an agent. I can't. Now, if they saying, I mean, and you got the brothers here saying he moved like an agent. Okay. Ooh, Sister Pixie. Mm-mm. This stuff is absolutely just downright tiresome. It's tiresome. It's like mm, we know who we are, and the scripture says that we're gonna be hated. You know what, Sister Kathy? We don't need the world to destroy us. All we got to do is sit back and we'll destroy ourselves. All we got to do is look at what we're doing right now. We got ourselves lined up for self-destruction. Self-destruction. Now, is it going to take the Most High to straighten this out? It does appear to be so. But if he straighten it out, yeah, it's some leaders that's going to get they're going to get that backhand. They're going to get it because I mean I'm telling you right now, from both sides, I see a great deal of contention. Sometimes says sometimes I would go more. Yahushua said was going to happen. He did. I seen the same thing with the brothers over there in Africa. I seen the same thing. One brother seemed like he was studying every single day. He was in the scriptures. Every single day. He's studying the scriptures. To which I don't knock it. Now I don't study those scriptures every day. But he studied these scriptures every single day. He had all his notes and everything that he was doing. That don't make him holy. Because I had to check that brother on some things. I did. I checked him on a lot of things. He got upset. I said, man, I flat out don't care how you get upset. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Yes, Sister Waters, you're right. I tell you, That remnant is mm, it's a lot more believable now. Boy, I tell you the truth. This is just downright ridiculous. Yeah, and I think you and Sister Amani, yeah, Sister Waters, and Sister Joan, y'all on the same totem pole. Because truthfully, Sister, I think I'm at that point too. I am at that point. Um, it would appear, boy, I tell you the truth. It would appear, oh boy, mm, mm, I wanted us to get ourselves situated somewhere on that continent where we have a self-sustaining business, a self-sufficient lifestyle, and a place where you can go there and lay your head. That was my take on it. Everything seems like a scam now. Everything seems like a scam. It's like you need to do this all on your own. That's and then the nation's like, you can do that if you want to. Because the nations, they know they come in as a group. They come in as a group. They come in with their understanding, and they may not. And I'm talking about a Muslim guy with a Christian guy, but they come in with understanding. They know exactly what they're trying to achieve. We coming in up under the same banner, awaken Hebrews, and we still fighting within. This, you know what? When it's this is where we at. This is where we at. This is what I mean. You got the world. Mhm. You know what? And I mean, Sister Waters, I mean, I wish you nothing but success. I wish the Most High continue to bless you and your family, as well as uh, Brother Galen and his wife on their farm, exceedingly. I hope that he bless it exceedingly, because it seems like these are the individuals mentally, spiritually, that we need to be contending, not contending, yeah, contending with, because all of this other drama, trust and believe, there's going to be some judgment that's going to come out of this. Oh yeah, post that. That's the thing. It seems like this stuff started in October and all this stuff, and I kept saying, "Hey, brother, we need to move on. We need to do this here. We need to start working together," and so on, so on, so. Don't nobody want to hear all that talking about working together. Now, working together has become a scam. Working together has become a scam. Now, whoever this agent is, they may be in all of these different types of cliques. He's making his rounds. He is literally making his rounds to keep us down, and we falling for it. If you see what's happening and you have knowledge of what's going on, you know exactly, man. Let's go deal with this brother here. He has this thing for our teaching, our understanding of the scriptures. It don't have to be on YouTube. Everything do not have to be in front of the congregation. Some things that you can talk about could be just you and the brother. Get an understanding. And if you don't agree with a person's understanding, leave it alone. Because you just may find yourself fighting against the Most High. You just may be wrong. But we got our feelings. We allow our feelings to get in there. Oh, I'm not wrong and so on. So this, man, please. Yes, it was. It was very damning. Yes, it was. And like I said, Sister Jones, somebody sat there and edited that video. No, that took some time to put that thing together. That took some time. And see now, what I did, Sister Jones, I looked at one thing. I looked at the followings. That brother has like 80-some thousand followers. I don't think we understand the gravity of some of our actions as leaders. What makes you think that the Most High is not going to deal with us when you keeping up contention? Contention. You keeping up. Oh no, the Most High showed His hands. He did. Now you come with this video. If you feel that this is what's going on, we find out that this was going on in Africa and things of that nature. Well, I just tell you the cotton picking truth. This stuff is just downright sad. Yeah, you're right, Sister Kathy. I said the same thing. Both of them. So I'm gonna do it this way for you. You have over a total of 130,000 people in between him and Yacoba that was affected, that got drew in to the beef squabble. Did not Korah, Dathan, and Abiram before they went to Moses and Aaron? They gathered 250,000. It's as if you're in Israel. This brother over here, he got a following of 50-some thousand people. This brother over here, he got a following of 80,000 people. They both know they are awakened Israelites, but they start to fight. What is this fight about? And it's right there at that, sister. Because I ain't gonna lie to you. Yesterday, I think I just came to a whole nother conclusion about myself. And it's sad that you cannot shucks. Mm, mm, mm. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely just downright ridiculous. Mm. Now, I'm understanding what the Most High said in time and the end, talk about escaping the sword. Escaping that sword. If we was stand alert, standing as that watchman, looking out for the brothers and sisters, hey, be careful about this. Be on the watch for that. We're not doing that. These leaders are not doing it. They are putting their feelings first and foremost. That's what they're doing. They're not worried about nobody else, it seems. Hmm. How the Most High is going to deal with that? I can't. I cannot say that. I mean, the Most High know exactly what He needs to do and how He's going to do it and when He's going to do it. We can sit up here and say, "I'm gonna leave it in the Most High's hand." Okay, the Most High's hand may be just against you because you still have the power to do something. Both of them do. All they got to do is say, "Look at man, this nonsense is out of proportion, man. I don't want to be accountable to the Most High." Sit down and talk. You ain't got to have all. You don't have to have your 80,000 members on YouTube. You don't have to have your 50-some thousand people on YouTube. You all sit down and come to a brotherly understanding. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Now, and let's just put this in just for a footnote. You may have a brother that may say, I don't want to talk to neither one of y'all, and so and so, so and so, so and so, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. All righty. The Most High know exactly how to deal with that person. If that's his mentality, that he wants to keep up a lot of squabble, trust and believe, his days are already numbered. His days are numbered. Picking and choosing laws is not, that's not something the Most High gave us to do. He gave us laws. You don't go through your laws like you, all the law, wait a minute, you know what? Let me just say this too. There's laws for each and every last one of us. The Levites, they had a law. They had laws that they had to abide by. And that's the reason why I say this. I'm going to tell you. Their laws was like, let's say for marriage, they could not marry a woman who was a prostitute, who was divorced, or she was a widow. They was upon the law that they could not do that. They had to only marry a virgin, period. That was for the tribe of Levi. That law did not apply to the rest of Israel, but it applied to the Levites. So different laws apply to different people in different ways. But now, let's not get this misunderstood. There's a law where it encompasses everyone. You must not deal treacherously with your brother. That's the law. So we know what laws applies and things of that nature, because you have laws for women that's strictly just for women. So when I say picking and choosing, I'm quite sure you brothers and sisters know what laws I'm talking about. That we know that's a universal law for all of Israel, and we choose not to abide by it. They can get mad, but when I'm speaking truth. If a person do not want to listen, you know what? If any one of those brothers do this here, all right, they go follow the Most High. All they got to do is sit down and say, you know what? We need to form get a body of elders. This is my complaint. for this brother. This nonsense needs to stop. So now, biblical law, let's just say hypothetically speaking, that you have a brother and he said, this is what I want to do. This nonsense is getting out of pocket. This brother, he's tarnishing my name. He's doing this here and there, doing that there. So let's say they agreed to have a body of elders to sit by and listen to these cases, look at the evidence, and make a judgment on it. And then you may have that other brother who's part of the complaint, and he say, you know what, I don't care what neither one of y'all say, and things so and so and so, so and so. All righty. Now, this is where you will come out on top. Show the world that man's spirit. Because now this is what's going to happen. If something like that did happen, and that person said this, that he didn't care what the elders said and things of that nature, he said he's still teaching wrong, or what the situation may be. But he came out with that type of spirit, and you elders and the person who issued the complaint, you have something already that's already damaging to him. You got his admission. Yes, you go on YouTube. This is what we tried to do. We tried to sit down and have a civil conversation. And he said this and he said that. Because now, not only are you warning other brothers and sisters about this particular brother's action, you're working to keep that congregation clean. And the Most High is going to work on that one. He'll do it with the quickness. That's what he's going to do. That's how it should be done. If you got a complaint against your brother, go ahead and make peace with your brother. The scriptures clearly states that we need to make peace with our brothers. And right now, we're not doing anything with peace. We're not even spelling it. We're not even speaking it. We're just working against it. That is exactly what we're doing. We're working against it. I heard brothers and sisters say, man, what was the Israelites thinking about? The Most High brought on 10 plagues, parted waters for these people, and they still get across the waters and act a fool. We're in captivity, we acting a fool. We're doing the same thing they did. The only thing that's different, brothers and sisters, this. When the Most High took out those 250,000 men for planning coming against Moses and Aaron, he sent down fire from heaven. Now, could that happen today? Yes. See, we think the Most High, he ain't gonna do that. No. Yeah, keep living. Quit thinking you're gonna cut short the Most High's hands. He knows whoever this, as you say, agent is. He knows the person who's keeping up contention. All of this has been, the angels are taking notes. They're taking notes. Let me shut up, man. Let me keep on talking about that. I tell you, it just don't make no sense. It just don't make no sense. We got bigger and more pressing things that we need to be contenting ourselves with. It needs it needs our attention right now. I don't know. It would appear that some of our actions in this time of the end, I would not be surprised the most I put it in the scriptures. This is how my people got down after that 400-year track. This is how my people got down. Yeah, you had some out here complaining, oh, the 400 years did not apply to that. And some ride with it. They go deep on it just to prove that it's not true. Whew. Mm, mm, mm. The scriptures clearly stated that that we should not forsake the gathering of our brothers. But Sister Kathy came out and she said that she got to seek out her own salvation with fear and trembling. That's scriptural. That is scriptural. But you know, brothers and sisters, when you came into this and you realized who you were, you was happy for a moment, and then sadness kicked in. Sadness kicked in on a lot of us, because we all realized one thing: it's a lonely road. It is a lonely road to be on. And let me tell you something: we all need encouragement. I don't care how we look at it. We all want to hear somebody else's take on a scripture to get a better understanding. We all just want this we want to socialize. We need it. This is how we built. This is how we built. But some have came in like a wolf and terrorized the sheep, ripping some apart. I tell you, I was talking to brother Rick Fletcher a couple of weeks ago, maybe been longer than that, and he said, "Brother, you just don't know. This stuff is tiresome." He said it's tiresome. Brother Galen, I was talking to him. He said it's tiresome. They understand the dangers that we got ourselves into. When I say got ourselves, I'm not speaking about you brothers and sisters and things. I'm just talking about us as a whole. Because trust and believe, we all gonna get affected. Somehow we're going to get affected. Some gonna be worse than others, but we're going to be affected. See, this is where leadership comes in. A leader said, "Look, man, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. What is your beef with me?" And you make sure you have 2 or 3 witnesses to hear your complaint and see what peaceful resolution that you can come up with. And like I said, brothers, let's get to the point where you may not understand what this brother sent in his teaching. Stand down and leave it alone. If this brother goes in there and he pull out scriptures that surrounds the Exodus, either you can humble yourself and say, you know, brother, I understand what you're saying and keep it moving. Or you may not understand it. But let's just say, Vincent, you don't understand it. Boom. All right. Well, brother, I just appreciate you just leave me alone. I got scriptures to back up what I'm talking about. But if that brother do not wants to leave that brother alone, all right, you leave him. He handed himself into the hand of the Most High. He is handing himself to the Most High. This is some ridiculous nonsense I have ever seen. You got an orange president in office that maintains his alliance to a certain group of people, and yet it's still here we are, throwing blows, elbows. We're doing the same thing our forefathers did, North and South Israel. And then we have the audacity talk about brothers and sisters living in the hood, black on black crime. We got black on black. I mean, how can I put it? Hebrews on Hebrews, Bible on Bible. This is what we got. They got both of them got swords, and both of them got the scriptures. It ain't the fact that you got one got a Quran and the other has the Bible. Both of them claiming they holding on to truth. All right, those laws right there can break things down. Complaint. That's how it's supposed to be done. And if you don't want to do it that way, so be it. The Most High know exactly what you want, and would not do, and what you should do. This is ridiculous. But the fact that it was not handled at that proper time, this is what you get. This is what's supposed to happen. Now, finding out who that, as they say, who that agent is, that remains to be seen. But one thing we do know, there's always going to be somebody in there raising contention. Let's take that knowledge, brothers and sisters, and hold on to that type of knowledge. All righty. What is this? They're trying to get started or whatever. But the fact that when these brothers was talking about forming a group of brothers to sit down and hear these cases, truthfully, almost instantly, it was shot down. It was almost shut down because the thing that's going to come up, how are you going to what's the word, say or make sure that they do what they're supposed to do in the event brothers met with another brother and things. Hey, we find you that you're wrong on this brother, and you do owe this person $20-some thousand. All right, you need to pay that money back. How is that going to be implemented when you're dealing with the laws? I'm talking about our law. But what do we do? What do we do? I'm gonna tell you what we do. We run right back to master. The contract said this here. Contract said that there. That's what we do. That's what we do. Love of goodness, not leaving your brother in destitute. Now we don't want to follow that. That's our problem, brothers. That's our problem. I don't care what you got from Babylon. You woke now. You woke. You want to dibble and dabble in Babylon, but then at the same time, you want to be a holy people. You ain't going to have both worlds like that. Either you will be for the Most High, you not going to be with it. If you will be for the Most High, you go follow those laws. Not going to be Babylon. Let that nonsense ride. That's what it go boil down to being. But it seems like some brothers want to speak truth, hold on to truth, and things of that nature. And at the same time, when things start to go south, we gotta go back to Babylon. And we talk about our forefathers telling they want to go back to Egypt. We're doing the same thing in real time and in captivity. This is the dumb stuff that we're doing. This is the dumb stuff we're doing. Judah is sick. Judah is sick. And we don't even recognize it. We should be working on our different ailments. We ain't doing that. We're not. But you go right up to that doctor. Pull up there. I need my high blood pressure medicine. I need my diabetes medicine. I need my cancer treatment medicine. Or whatever it is. You got your hand out for the nation. You went right back to Babylon. And now mind you now, brothers and sisters, I'm not talking down to your whatever medicine that you need. I'm not. I'm just merely showing how we depend more so on Babylon than we do on the Most High. When it's all over said and done. From the crown of his head down to the sole of his feet. That's how sick Judah is. We just like Job. We have so many different ailments, brothers and sisters. It is unbelievable. To ask the question, when is it going to stop? Oh man, please. Ain't nobody finna. Man. Trust and believe, brothers. Eventually, I'm gonna get hit. I'm gonna get hit. I'm not even trying to fool myself on it. I'm not. Somebody go come in and bring in some discord about something. If it ain't already out there, which I'm quite sure it's already out there. Somebody go find something to use to get something started. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But one thing I'm gonna say this. You brothers and sisters out there, or you agents, or you trolls, you best know who you coming up against. Now, I'm not speaking about me. Shalom, brother AJ. I'm not speaking about me. I'm speaking about his people. And I'm going to tell you this. You sideways brothers and sisters, you trolls, keep coming up against his people because you're going to come up on that wrong one. That wrong one ain't going to say nothing. But all that wrong one, in your case, he's going to fall into prayer. And the Most High is going to answer that person. You didn't sit up and started a fight with the wrong one. You see that? You see my email, that brother, AJ? Michael at cdataservices.com. Yeah, you send me an email. You send me an email. Send me the email, then I can send you my contact information. But yes, this brothers, um, I'm like Sister Kathy. I'm like Sister Waters, and a lot of you brothers and sisters. It seems like, man, look here. I need to go and just follow the Most High all by myself. It's like I got. It's like you get. It's like you got to hop on that lonely road once again. It's like you just gotta separate yourself from the masses and hop on this lonely road. Did not the Most High says that broad and spacious is the road leading to destruction. Narrow, cramped is the road leading off to everlasting life. I tell you, brothers and sisters, seem like that's the road we got to get up on. It's like, and if you see somebody walking ahead of you on that narrow road, you catch up with them just to have a conversation so you can have some type of encouragement while you're walking on that thin road, this narrow road to life. You just won't, we need that, brothers. You don't want to be all by yourself. The Most High, He did not create us to be by ourselves. But this is the way it's being, things are being going, it's being led, truthfully. That's what it seems like. I don't need to follow a brother because he got a large amount of people that's following him. No. And I'm not, and at the same time, brothers and sisters, I'm not speaking against it either. I want to hear what this brother is talking about. Now, if there's too many, if there's too many, what's the word? Questions and things, I won't follow. I don't care who he is, truthfully. I had to unsubscribe to a whole lot of brothers' channels because I'm tired of this dumb stuff that's going on. Not saying that there's something wrong with the teaching, but it's some dumb stuff that's going on I don't want to be a part of. So I have to hop off of that broad road. I'm not saying that everybody on that road is leaving out to destruction. I just had to come out of it. I deemed it necessary for me. If there's going to be the respect of the laws being pushed each and every day from a brother or sister, oh yeah, you got me. I don't care. You can have 1 million followers. You got me. You got my attention. But when you have brothers that speak about the law and the laws are not being practiced, all right. Now this is the time where you gotta make a separation. Which one of you brothers or sisters are not following the law? Because trust and believe, it may be both. Maybe both. But the Most High is going to make it known. He's going to make it known. We're the one that's right. You're just not going to take the lead of his people. When I say this, the Most High loves this people, leaders. He loves these people. And if you have this, if you got one person following you, you're accountable to that person. You speak anything outside of those laws, you're accountable. If you went ahead and had some, let's just say, I'm starting something with, I'm starting some nonsense with Sister Monica. I'm calling her out of her name. I'm saying she an agent and things of that nature. And I have people following me in my reasoning. I'm going to be responsible to the Most High for that. Yeah. I'm going to be responsible to the Most High. I know that. Can't nobody tell me anything different. I'm going to have to stand before the Most High. Look here, you said this stuff about this sister here, and you know you was flat out lying. Sister Monica ain't said nothing of the kind. When she tried to talk to you, well, Sister Monica, yeah, I mean, I had to bring you out. You ever said nothing in the comments? Let me bring her out. So I had to use you as an example. And but to show you how the Most High loves His people, you being a leader, you gonna get dealt with. You're going to be dealt with. I don't care. You're on this side or in going to the wilderness. You're going to get dealt with. You're going to get dealt with, leaders. Understand that. Show me a scripture that what I'm saying is wrong. Everything that you say and do under the Most High's name, you're gonna have to render an accounting. You're gonna have to. Our history book proves that. Excuse me. It has proved that. The Most High is big on peace. Very big on it. He's very big on these people he loves too, leaders. So when I say leaders, I want these brothers and sisters who saying that they're leaders, that they need to understand this. More is going to be asked of you. You ain't gonna just be no leader talk about, well, you know, I'm flesh and blood and so on and so. Oh no, you can't even entertain that thought. You cannot even entertain that thought. Let the Most High entertain that for you. Continue to scrutinize yourself to making sure of the more important things about your spirituality. DB Morgan, sis, I need to talk with you. You see my email, Michael at C Data Services on the screen. Yes. If you can, send me an email. Send me an email because I need to speak with you about some things that me and my brother Galen was talking about. Because I remember a couple of was it last week you were saying some things in the chat about what you can do and things, and we need that. We need to get a better understanding of how to move things. All right, thanks a lot. And see, this is what I'm talking about, brothers and sisters. We still trying to work on doing some for us as a family, as a people. Sister Waters and her family, they are in Zambia. Has a nice little business thing going on. They do, and she's working with a doctor. Matter of fact, and and let me just hop off subject just for a moment. This sister here, brothers, and truthfully, I'm just trying to figure out why. Because I mean, what? The brothers and sisters get hungry. They walk up to a tree with plantains hanging down. Go back home and cook it. Don't get me wrong. The plantain has a lot of starch in it, but it does not equate to the rise of diabetes. It's as if someone went there and dropped something, and that these brothers and sisters starting to get diabetes. No, but the thing about it is this, brothers. They don't have dialysis machines there. This is one of the reasons why we need to be working it together. Because see, they getting hindered just as much as we're getting hindered. The kidneys getting shot, with this diabetes and everything, so it gets to a point where the kidneys are not, they're just not functioning any longer. HIV in Africa, is ridiculous. These are the pressing things that we need to be working on as a nation. But we can sit right here, Judah can sit right here, look at some little nonsense on that stuff. Oh, man, ain't no such thing in no second Exodus. Come on, brothers. The premise is there. Think before you speak. Think before you speak. We have a lot of stuff that we need to be working on, brothers. And the sad thing about it is, brothers and sisters, is this. You're about to get hit with a severe food shortage. That's what's about to happen. See, right now, we're not getting it. Hold on for a moment. Ever since I got back, I've been sick. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, but it is what it is. But going back, brothers and sisters, is this. We have pressing issues right now, and it's very dangerous for us. It is absolutely dangerous for us. We have this knowledge that, one, we know for a fact we are hated. We're hated down to the bone. Two, we are living up under Satan's system. We have that knowledge. Three, he's going to send his agents in to always confound our efforts. Those are the things that we do know. But the most important thing that we should be knowing is this. We should know how to work together, how to become stronger. The stronger we become, the harder it is for them to infiltrate us. The more we deal with one another, according to scripture, according to law, the stronger we become. But it seems that we like being in this weak state. It seems that way. Brothers and sisters, when I say this, we love drama. We do. We love drama. And then you have those brothers and sisters, they'll see the drama and it's, well, this drama is not healthy. They press on. They're not even trying to contend with it. Others, it's just like you see a fight. Everybody run to the fight because they want to see the fight. They're getting a sadistic feeling about two individuals fighting. And they pull out their cell phone. They were laughing and smiling and everything. But that mature person, he looks at that. If he can't break that fight up, he's moving on about his business. There's nothing glorious about people fighting. There's nothing glorious about it. But if you ever notice, brothers and sisters, when you see a person fight, there's something comes upon them. And it is a very demonic uh, way. It's a demonic feeling. They come in closer to make sure that they don't miss nothing. This is the feeling that they get. But for that spiritual, mature person, either he will break that fight up or he's going to remove himself from the scene. Because he know good and well. There's no good that's going to come out about that. The only time our people will break away from a fight, somebody pull out a gun. That's when the roaches scatter. That's the only time we break away from a fight. When I say we love drama, we love drama. Do you all remember when Power, Empire, those were the two major black shows that was on. I don't even know if they still come on it. I stopped watching it. But those two shows, who was making millions. Millions. Don't tell me we do not love drama. But that love or that lust for drama can be very deadly. Even on YouTube. Even on YouTube. Yeah, brother, I'm sorry. It is what it is. And it and it seems that some brothers and sisters are taking it upon themselves to start separating themselves from different platforms, different groups and things of that nature, because now they're starting to understand that their salvation it's their life. It's their life. They're starting to see some unnecessary stress that we're putting out. They're starting to see these things, what these leaders are talking about, what these leaders are doing. I hope this. I hope that these leaders across the board just sit down one day and say, hey, we have these issues right now. How can we work these issues out, brothers? What is your take? What should we do? Brothers, all we got to do is have that one little small conversation with your so-called leaders. Have that one conversation. Put aside your selfish gain. Put aside a lot of things, your personal beef. Because it's going to be us that's going to get caught off in that whirlwind. I seriously believe, brothers, this is just me. We're going to get caught off in the middle of their frustration. When the world gets frustrated, who are the people they get caught up in the midst of a frustrated world? Who get caught up in the midst of a frustrated world? We do. And with this knowledge, brothers and sisters, and you all know for a fact that this world is frustrated, they're scared, and they're running out of options. If you have that knowledge, that foresight, You know exactly what the world is about to do. Well, if I can't have Israel, no one can. That's that suicidal talk. That's that suicidal talk, Israel. Whew, man, please. But what are we going to do? Is this time? Is this the time for us to hop on this narrow road? Yes, you're right, sis. I mean, it's. I mean, it is what it is. And but truthfully, sister Kathy, I'm talking about these leaders, these brothers, these sisters that's taking a lead. Why is it that we cannot have two days out of a week that you have some leaders that's sitting down? Hey, we can do this here, or talk about the laws. You have a group of brothers over here that's all about those laws. You have a group of brothers that's all about business. That's, I mean, not they're about business, not saying that they worship business. They're just good business minded people. Um, and then you have whatever. You got brothers over here for this. You got brothers over here for that. But we all working in unison. Everything that each one of these brothers and sisters do based on those laws. And you got the brothers that's governing those laws. But we think, and I hope we can get out of this, that we can yell the laws all day long, or we'll fall right back to Babylon. You can't. Those days of riding that fence, brothers, are gone. Those days are gone. The Most High is letting you know. You gonna be about my laws, so you gonna be about my business. You be about my business then. If you gonna be about for Babylon, go ahead and jump that fence. You do, sister Kathy. I tell you. Um, I tell you. I mean, sister Kathy. I was talking to your husband yesterday, and I'm like, I said, man, this stuff is frustrating. And the thing about it is this: me and Brother Galen they had us in. I mean, they had a clip of Brother Galen speaking on this thing here. And, the thing about it is, brothers and sisters, is that it would appear that like we just out here bug wild. Yeah, it's a small pocket, small pocket. Hold on, just one moment. Um, and this is how we are now. We do, but I pray to the Most High in the name of Yahusha that one day it would appear that we can move on about our business and things are going to start panning out the way we've been praying for. Because I'm seeing a bigger problem. I'm seeing a bigger issue. That's what I'm seeing. Now, I'm not going to make nobody see what I'm seeing because I'm quite sure they see the pressing issues. But the thing is, we're not even trying to talk about it. And if it is, it's going to be one person. It's not about one person. This is about a group of people. You ain't gonna have no one man thinking, you go, oh yeah, I'm a um um yes I do. I got a bottle right here, sister, and and I've been sipping on that too. It's not about one person. Now, if you think you got that mosaic attitude, it's too many of us now. It's too many of us. And if you want to take the lead, your leadership should have this. You should be a humbling person. If a person comes there and asks you a question, you get mad because they ask you a question. Oh no, you need to step down. Every time somebody asks you a question and you getting upset, oh no, you're not that leader. You're not that leader. No, you're not. You know what, sister? Sister Kathy? Hold on. Better yet, let everybody read it. Let everybody read it. The closest, the time that we was the closest from our recollection and from our history was slavery, the struggles. Yes, the husband had his family together. He had his wife. Boom, they was close. If they struggled, they all struggled. They worked together. And in our history, when they sent out a warning, how did they send the warning out, Israel? How did our forefathers send a warning out? It was through songs, was it? Was it not through songs? They did not understand, and they were singing English. They were singing in English, but they did not understand the rhythm of our forefathers during slavery. But we did. We listened to everything that they were saying, every verse. If they had a hook, we knew it. And it would appear that something is going to get our attention and it's going to be terrible. That's what I'm foreseeing. Not saying that I hope that this happened or whatever, but I'm seeing some very serious times for us. And that's going to be that time where we go try our best to pull together. When in essence, if you see the storm afar, prepare yourself. And that's all I'm saying to brothers and sisters. Push this out to somebody else. Matter of fact, you share this video with somebody else. It's going to hit somebody. It's going to plant a seed somewhere. Somebody going to sit down and start thinking, hey, let me join this brother on this conversation. Hey, let me join this brother. And we start growing from there. Because we keep on playing this dumb role. We keep on playing that dumb role. We're going to get ourselves into some stuff we can't get out of. Shalom. Royal priesthood, shalom. I mean, if we do not sit down and, heck, I mean, we just got to, what's the word, man? I mean, we're going to have to come together. We're going to have to come together. And it seems that the world, they know our every little step. It seems they know everything about us. And they come in and they start planting their seeds. They start planting their bad seeds, they tares. And this is what we stand to right now. We stand right in front of it. We have foresight, brothers and sisters. We see what's clear, what's present, what's dangerous. The Most High don't see me have me saying anything just because somebody always looking for doom and gloom. But if it's going to be doom and gloom, you trust and believe that doom and gloom is going to be directed to a system that is up under judgment. That's what a doom and gloom is attached to. We don't have to be up on a doom and gloom, brothers and sisters. That's a choice. That is absolutely a choice, because the Most High did not say he was going to destroy Israel. He said he's going to judge this nation and destroy it. We have laws that we choosing. What laws we're going to obey? What laws we're not going to obey? When it's all over said and done, that's what's happening with Israel. We're choosing what we want to abide by. And it's and it's and it's and it's kicking us in the butt. It's kicking us in the butt. Brothers are not taking their leadership. They're not taking that leadership to heart. They're not. Yes, that's what's happening, sis. That's what's happening. The days are going to come, brothers and sisters, that we gonna get a rude awakening, and it's going to work in the Most High's favor. Us, on the other hand, for the ones that he deemed worthy of life, they may get a little bump and a bruise here. Let me take a little bump out. You may get a bruise. You may catch a bow. You may catch a fist full of fury, but you're gonna survive. Some may not be that way. Some may, uh, drop by the sword, and you may witness that. If you have that foresight, brothers and sisters, use it. Talk with other brothers and sisters. See what you can come up with. See how in the world how we can protect ourselves. The Most High is going to bless you to do these things, but we keep on fighting over some things. Let me go back and rephrase that. We're seeing what this world is doing, right? If we keep on going back and forth with our brothers and sisters, okay, hold on just for a moment. Let me send the link over. Man, they came off again. Hold on. Oh, with the cable. Okay. Uh, okay, sister. Let Brother Galen know I just sent it through WhatsApp. I just sent them the link. Shalom, Brother Robert. I'm glad you made it in today, brother. You know, and like I was saying, this time it would appear that we're taking the Most High for granted. That's what I'm saying. We're doing the same thing our forefathers did. We're taking His love for granted. The Orange Man in his administration. You know what? Oh, hold on. Let me take this out. Hold on for a minute, brothers. Shalom, Brother Galen.
Shalom, brother. How are you this morning?
I cannot complain. Brother.
Yeah,
You know, I ain't gonna need to listen to my own self. You know how I do.
that's right. You know, brother Mike, my wife and I've been listening, and I've been out feeding animals and stuff. But one of the things I guess I just wanted to say to the brothers and sisters, you know, we say shalom to one another, but we don't live shalom with one another. Shalom is not something you just say. It's how you live your life, especially towards the household of Yasharah, which is what the word of God says. You know, we live as if we don't realize Psalm 83. You know, Psalm 83 says that they have conspired against us to wipe us off the face of the earth, you know, to take away our memory. And, you know, here are these criminals, they're criminals pardoning themselves. And here we are in the midst of supposed to becoming awake, fighting one another, you know, as if we're Jacob and Esau, you know, and that's just crazy. The Bible says that if we bite and devour one another, we'll be consumed one of another, and that's exactly what we're doing to one another, and that's a sad state of affairs.
Yeah, brother. I mean, you know, to live it, to see it, and to know it. That's the most dangerous thing. But then it's like you're trying to figure out. So what is it that you're not seeing? Because when you're in that predicament, it's like the devil it's like the devil literally has blinders on certain brothers where they just cannot see it. They cannot understand it right now.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
know,
I could be wrong, bro.
no. You know, one of the things we got to stop doing, and I understand what you're saying. You could be wrong, but I'm not here to say you're right. Or, you know what I mean? We're talking. There was a movie. I don't remember the name of it right now. It was with Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino, and Al Pacino was playing the role of the devil, and it
Yeah,
turns
I
out.
know that. I know that movie. Yeah. I think that was the one. Yeah.
Remember that
Yeah.
part where he was talking to him, and the devil said, "I don't cause sin. I just act on the sin that's already in your life." You know, and you know, he. It was so true. Whoever made that movie was a true devil worshiper, because you know that's what he does. He takes what we do. He acts on our flesh, our fleshy desires, and our sins, and he acts on that. He twists that. You know, Kathy and I were saying earlier, this whole thing that's going on, you know, with T3 and me and Teo and, you know, Pastor Kelly and all that stuff and Bantu, you know, there's a way to be able to talk to one another. Yeah, we do need to deal with if somebody's being defrauded or whatever, all that kind of stuff. But there's a way to go about doing it, you know, that reflects John 13, 34, 35, you know, love one another as I have loved you. By this shall all men know that you're my disciples, if you have love one for another. But we're not doing any part of that, which is the saddest reality to me. he's given us true commandments. And, Mike, you and I talk about it all the time, about what does it mean to actually live Torah. As
Yeah.
we're working together, we're hammering out this thing of, living Torah. And that's what we need to do. We need to live it. The gospel isn't what you say, it's what you do. And then what you say becomes valid. But if you don't do what Jesus said, if you love me, Yeshua said, if you love me, do what I say. Do what I tell you to do. If you love me, that's one of the main evidences. It isn't just that you show up, and say you love him and say shalom and all that kind of stuff. It's because you do his commandments. If you love me, keep my commandments. That's the evidence of whether we love him. His love was already demonstrated toward us when he died on the cross, and he shed his blood, and he's coming back again. That's his evidence. Now we have a responsibility to produce evidence amongst ourselves. And we're right now, at least from the way it looks to me, we're getting a failing grade in that.
Yeah. And that's the thing I was looking at, bro. I mean, bro, I mean, and I think I'm just the person that's calling the world out for what it is and what it's about and what it's about to do. And at the same time, I just want us to be on point. All right. If they come in this way, we gonna know we got to go that way. But when you in confusion, you just standing right there and they just coming up on you.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing brothers and sisters going down a road of a lonely road again. It's like this. It's only so much of this nonsense that these brothers and sisters are going to contend with. Of course, they're not looking for that because they know there's a negative atmosphere that's going to come with this stuff, and they do not want no part of it. And it's and this is where we stand. And it's like brothers and sisters are making they really truthfully are going through their channels and making judgment calls. Hey, what is this brother or sister? What are they about? Do they keep up a lot of nonsense? It seems like that's where we at.
Yeah. I mean, on one hand, I understand. I mean, if, like I said a moment ago, if people are not doing right, particularly at a financial cost for some of these folks who are like, I'm on retirement income, my wife and I. And if we were to do some, well, I'll just tell you, be quite transparent for us. We did invest all that we have into what we're doing on this farm, and when the people that were, building the house and all that kind of stuff, took advantage of us. I mean, we were deeply bothered. Now, I don't know if they were believers or not, but we were bothered, right? But we could have taken them to court, even though, I don't know, he said he was a believer, he was a Christian, but we took it to the court of heaven first. And I mean, I'm telling you, they took us for all. I mean, it was just I'm not going into a whole bunch of detail, but it was really, really bad. So we are on a retirement income, but we still got on our knees. We cried, we cried out to the Most High, and, we let him handle it. And he told my wife directly, especially for the house, that, Kathy's meticulous about things and, loves the house being clean and things done right. And they just did us wrong. But the Most High told her he was going to rectify and take care of everything. And so we said, okay. And that takes that takes you really going to him and being at his feet. And if he tells you he's going to take care of it, let him do what he said he was going to do. Mike, the other thing I want to remind, you and I talked yesterday, and it's about this situation, because you and I really know a lot more about the depth of it, and we probably should use discretion and not say all that we know. But, you asked me yesterday, did I think this was from the Most High? And basically, my answer is yes, because, the wheat and the tares, the wheat was sown. That's what the Messiah said. Understand this parable of the wheat and the tares. The good man sowed the wheat, but in the nighttime when nobody was watching, the enemy came and sowed tares amongst them. And what happens is that the roots of the wheat and the tares end up growing together. So if you just pull them out, you would rip out. That's what the Messiah said. You would just rip out the wheat, the wheat from the tare. You destroy them both. Wait until they grow up and mature. But even then, the reapers still have to come and cut everything and then separate, after you've cut. And, when you get to the farm and we're just doing stuff, I mean, the illustrations that the Most High has given us is so perfect. But even when you cut the wheat and the tares together, they have to be separated. And he said, separate the wheat, put it in bundles and put that in my barn. Separate the tares, put it in bundles and throw it in the fire. And I think that's what's happening now. When you say, what's happening is, and I think we said this yesterday, as he's separating, whoever falls at his feet, let's say someone turns out to be tares. I still think even in that, for us as his people, because he was talking to his people, but if somebody falls at his feet and repents, truly repents of their sins and their lifestyles and all that, man, he'll save them. But the sad thing is that, like he said also, talking to his people, wide is the gate that leads to destruction, and many be there that find it. Narrow is the way to life, and few be there that find it. The sad reality is that the tares are other Israelites, and they won't repent. And the exposed heart is about before all people. So when you get judged, you truly are without excuse. They will. I've shown you what your life was like. You lived as a tare. You looked like wheat, but you weren't. I gave you an opportunity to repent, and you still wouldn't take it. That's for all of us. That's even for the weak, because sometimes we get caught up. I'm not, quote unquote, perfect, but we are called saints for a reason. We've been raised to the newness of life, Romans. People really need to read Romans chapter 6. We've been raised to the newness of life. You've been buried with him in baptism. You've been raised with him to the newness of life. Now work out your salvation with fear and trembling. Put off the old man, put on the new man. That's what it means to live in Torah. Now, when we stand before him, will you have a lifestyle that says you repented? Do you have a lifestyle that says you put off the old man? Do you have a lifestyle that says you lived in the newness of life? That you were raised to newness of life? Did you live like that? It's not going to be what you say. I can tell people all day long, I love my wife. It'll take a half a second to look into her face and know whether that's true or not. It's not what you say, it's what you do.
The action, brother.
That's right. That's what we're going to be judged for. Did you live according to Torah? I talk about this hermeneutic all the time. I can't wait to get my channel up. I need to figure it out. But anyway, there's a 4-step process. It always begins with the Most High. He first loved us. We love him. He was first faithful to us. We're faithful back. So our responses to him is love and faith in that order. And because of what he's done, in our lives, he created us. He shed his blood for us. He restored us. He redeemed us, all those things. Then our response of love and faith is worship. It's true worship. It's fearing him and worshiping him. And then as an outward expression of our worship, we obey him. That's the role we live. That's that 4-step process. And brothers and sisters, that's what we're going to be judged. That's how our lives are going to be looked. Did you love him? Love is what you do. Were you faithful? Faithfulness is how you live. It's what you do. It's not just what you say you believe in. You do what you believe in. And out of that, you worship him because he's worthy of worship. You fear him. Fear and worship are the two sides of the same coin. And because of all those things, my greatest outward expression in the world and amongst my brothers and sisters is obedience. That's the life we're called to live. That's what it means for the living Torah, to live Torah. Well, how do we know that? Because the Messiah said, they came to trick him. What's the greatest commandment? Love the Lord thy Yah with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy strength and thy mind, And the second commandment is like unto it. Love thy neighbor, love thy brother and sister as thyself. On this is the law and the prophets. That's what the law and the prophets hang on, those two things. It's not saying what you believe in. He said, love the Lord, love Yahuwah with all your heart, your soul, your mind, and your strength. That's action.
Action.
But
Always
we don't
with that
turn
action,
around and beat up one another. We've said this before. You and I had a conversation about whether Messiah is Yah in the flesh or not.
Right.
You have a difference of understanding than I do. But we didn't fuss it. We didn't fight. You stated your position. I stated mine. At the end of the day, we're brothers. We all see through a glass dimly. These crooks and criminals are pardoning themselves. What do I look like fighting you? Fighting you. And they're already got our demise planned out.
Already got it
What do
planned
I
out,
look
brother.
like doing that?
That's
What
what
do
I'm
we look
talking
like
about.
doing that?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, I can just only imagine if a brother, knowing you Hebrew, and there's somebody beating him down, and yet and still you're like, yeah, but we didn't have it. He had a different way of thinking thing. I'm gonna just keep it moving. But
Yeah.
you gonna let your brother get beat down.
Yeah. I really appreciate Ron from Truth Unedited, right?
Yeah.
He's put some real good study and research, and he's put his videos up. We're Not Black People. This last one on testing Christianity, really, really good stuff. Now, I disagree with him, on his take on whether the Messiah is Yah, but I'm not also at the same time gonna fight him. He's right, and I've got a PhD from one of the highest, doctoral granting institutions in this country. I know he's right about indoctrination from the church fathers and how they mixed Greek philosophy with Christianity. That's just the truth. You learn that when you go to seminary. The sad reality is that we accept it as being the truth. But I would say and I think I can argue cogently from the scripture that Messiah is Yah in the flesh, because that's what the word, to me, as my understanding, that's what the word says. But I'm not going to fight you over it. He said, I don't know all the nuances of that thing, but this is my position. There is no statement in the word of Yah that says if you don't believe exactly that
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeshua is Yah in the flesh, or 100% God, 100% man. That's wrong. They teach that in seminary. That's not right. But it never says you can't be saved. Now, there are other people who took that stance. Well, it says if you don't believe this, you can't be saved. That's not in the word of Yah. So I would have to say to those people, hey, that's not in the word of Yah either. But let's not fall out about it. Let's hold our convictions in one hand, but love our brothers and sisters in the other.
And that what the scripture say?
Yeah. My wife You know, my wife keeps reminding us and reminding me, you know, that the Bible says we're going to be judged first. Judged. Don't us as Israelites realize what the meaning of judgment is? Read Ezekiel 21 through 24, I believe it is, where he says he's sharpening and polishing his sword for when folk get to the wilderness. You know, there are people that argue about whether that's a wilderness or Exodus. Read the scripture. When our people first left Egypt, he took his people to the wilderness and then to the land. It's two parts. This last one is gonna mirror the first one. We're gonna go to the wilderness, and then he's gonna take us into the land. But when we get to the wilderness, read what it says. If you make it to the wilderness and you're not living right, your judgment is the sword from Messiah or one of his angels. However he's going to, but it's the sword. And we're up here fighting one another.
In captivity.
I need to be helping you to the best. That's why we're in relationship. You know, people know about me and you and Kathy. That's why we're in relationship. We're laboring to honor our brothers and sisters over ourselves.
That's the way it's supposed to be done.
That's the way it's supposed to be. And you know, it's just sad, man. I mean, here we are fighting, fussing, you know, taking sides and all this kind of stuff.
Calling other brothers demons and things of that nature. I mean, you know,
excuse me 1 second. And you know what, brother, what you just said, that is profaning the name of Yahuwah amongst the heathen.
Wow. That's something else there, bro. Wow. But you know, brother, I mean, I would say this, that I mean, you always have those ones that's go be on the watch, and trying to draw people to trying to draw the brothers together. And at the same time, I mean, it seems like it is what it is. We coming out of captivity, going into the wilderness, and it seemed like the end of the captivity is right at hand. And like what some of the brothers and sisters were saying in the comments, it seems something bad will have to happen in order for us to really start drawing close to one another. And it shouldn't, and truthfully, it should not take that. But it seems like that's what it's going to take. Because, hey, I mean, you still dealing with some stiff-necked Israelites.
Yeah. Check this out, Mike. What if we are still just like our forefathers? It was supposed to be an 11-day trip from Egypt through the wilderness into the promised land. What if he turns us back just like he did our forefathers because of our unbelief? What if we still mirror what our forefathers did? He's going to send us back out in wilderness, or really stay in captivity for another 40 years. Is that what y'all want? They got out there, 3 days, didn't have no water, and started murmuring and complaining. And then he took him to Merah, and he told Moses, cast the sticks, cast the tree into the water, and the water became, fresh living water. And they drank. But they still complained. Would we not have stayed in Egypt? We had leeks and onions. We should have stayed as slaves. We'd have been better off. Do you know what that's like? You know what you're saying to the Most High? I delivered you out of slavery. I delivered you out of them raping you and killing you and putting you in hard bondage and treating you like you're dirt. And you'd rather go back than trust me after all I've showed you, 10 plagues plus. You want to go back to that? I tell people all the time, the Bible says that It's like a dog going back to his vomit.
Mm-hmm.
What you're saying to the Most High with the way you're living your life is, he spreads a table before you in the presence of your enemies with good food, good, clean food, and you'd rather go eat your own vomit. That's
Yeah.
what you're saying. That's what you're doing. That's what the body is doing right now. If the shoe fits, wear it. If it don't, grin and bear it. As my mother said all the time. That's just God's truth. He's taken you out of the muck and the mire, washed you. You were a baby born in sin, iniquity. You were born in a mud pit, and he pulls you out, cleans you up, clothes you, and you start to walk, and he's done fed you with his hands, and you'd rather go back and get in the muck and the mire. I'm gonna use this last illustration because I use it in my classes all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this. One of the motifs of our relationship with our Messiah and the Most High is marriage. He's married to us. Can any of y'all imagine this? You know, both of you are virgins on your wedding day. You have the wedding, and then it comes and you go to the spot where you're gonna do the honeymoon. And I just use this illustration. It could be either one, but I just use it because we're the bride. Okay, so it's not a put down on anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, the husband goes into the bathroom, he cleans himself, he gets himself all prepared, comes out, gets in the bed. The young lady has gone into the bathroom, and he hears the water running, and she's supposed to be getting herself together, and he's laying there, and after about sisters can take a long time, but it's like, okay, it's been an hour and a half, and you knock on the bathroom door. Hey, babe, you know, what's happening? And you don't hear a voice, and the door's not locked. You open up the door, and the window to the bathroom is open, and your bride is gone. And she has gone out and found a homeless, toothless, rotten man living in a box, and she sleeps with him all night, and then comes back to you and says, babe, I'm ready. Take me, I'm yours.
Mm.
That's what we do to the Most High.
Wow.
That's our relationship with him. You would give your virginity, your virtue, to a street row bum, no teeth, no nothing, and then come back to your groom and say, "Have me, take me, I'm yours." But you done gave your virginity to a dirt bag. That's what we're doing to the Most High. Now, if that's not illustrative enough for you, then you're a reprobate.
Mm.
That's what we're doing. And I say, we the body. We're going to get judged for that. My wife says we don't have a penny really amongst us. Not really. Even though we make the world rich, we don't have nothing for one another. Are y'all absolutely kidding me? And you're going to take whoever you are, you're going to take money from an older woman to satisfy your whatever? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. But this is how we're living. Yeah. Well, I've ranted enough. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. But you know.
No, brother. These are the things that need to be said. These are the things that need to be said and heard and applied. Because when it's all over said and done, we go stand before the Most High. We're going to stand.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to stand before the Most High. There's no getting around that. Mm-hmm. And the thing about it is, like, you just trying. Hey, brother, we need to start thinking this way. We need to start looking this way. We need to look at these laws. We need to apply these laws. Everything about your life is going to be an action.
That's right.
It's going to be an action. An action.
You're going to get judged for it. You know, we're going to get. Say it again. We're going to get. The body is being torn away from itself and from its Messiah. Both have followers, both sides. Like we know the issue we're talking about. You know, one side, Pastor Kelly, one side, this Teo and them, that's just an example. That's not the only one, which is sad. I wish it was the only example, but it's not. But both sides are being torn away. Both sides. People are being torn away, shredded. We're supposed to be pastors or elders, whatever you want to influencers, whatever you call you, whatever you are. If you're online and you have a platform, you don't have to call yourself a leader, but if you're an influencer, you got people following you, that is the basic definition of leadership. If you got followers, then you're a leader, whether you want to claim it or not.
Yeah, and you're going to be accountable.
That's right. James chapter 3. People don't read it, elders, leaders, teachers. You have a stricter judgment. Don't you all know that? You all who say you're something, whether you are or not, you're out there leading Yah's people in his name. You can say Most High told us to do whatever. And so you now are his representative, and this is how you represent him. You're going to be judged stricter than a person who doesn't have that influence, who doesn't have followers. You can't now say I'm not a leader. You're a liar. You will be judged because you say you represent the Most High Yah. You say you represent Yeshua. And now you're out here acting like this. Or you're going to have a stricter judgment. The word of God says that.
Brother, and that's the thing I was looking at, bro. I'm serious. I was looking at that from the word go. I was like, and then I noticed the contention that was building on both sides.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, all right. I mean, they keep on. It's like they digging a hole and they thinking they burying their brother, but could be burying themselves.
That's right.
And the people that's following them, because they want to ride off of his emotion.
That's right.
And bro, this stuff is real.
It's real sad too. It's real sickening. Here we are going through all this. Like I said, these criminals just pardoned, one of them pardoned 5 or 6 of his own family members, not excluding his son. The other one just got in there. How many did he pardon? What, 1,500? About 1,500 of his own cronies, just pardoned them. The January 6th gang or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See,
and brother, that's another thing. That's another thing I was looking at. I said, brothers, he go get that. He's going to do that. He's going to show his hand, and he's doing it now. And what would that impress upon them? Hey, I did this here. All I had to do was wait for my Messiah to get in office, and I get out. Hey, let's go cause some more noise.
Yeah, and they look at us and no, there's not a daggone thing we can do about it.
Nothing.
Nobody can do anything about it because that's the power they've given themselves.
That's the thing.
You better get on your knees. Find prayer groups. If you don't have one, make one. If you can't find one, make one. But there's plenty of Hebrew prayer groups out there. Let's start really exercising prayer. We need to be doing some fasting and prayer and getting in the word and living the word, doing what it says. We don't said already how to go about doing that. But if we don't do those kinds of things, man, we might get turned back, man. We might get turned back. People don't realize that kind of stuff. Y'all ain't playing. He's not a man that he should lie. If he turned his people back, or let him stay out in the wilderness 40 more years, when it was what? I'm just going to use this as a play on word, but 40 days. You took what should have been 40 days and turned it to 40 years? Are y'all kidding me? Really? That's the way you want to live? That's why, brothers and sisters, it's only a small remnant.
That's scripture, man. I'm telling you, man. That's been. It has a whole lot more meaning now than remnant do.
Yes, sir. Only a remnant of a remnant, y'all. And you still gonna keep on acting like this? Are y'all crazy? No, you are crazy. You are insane because you doubt the word of the living Yah. That you don't reverence him. You don't fear him. I'm going to do a study. I've done it on, and people just need to read through. I'm challenging everybody right now. Read through all the scriptures, especially in the Psalms and Proverbs, what it says about the fear of the Lord. If you don't know what the fear of the Lord is, you're in danger. You're in danger. So,
bro.
there's consequences for not fearing him. Grave ones. Eternal consequences. People that don't fear the Lord don't trust in his plan of salvation. That's why you go to hell forever. Because, people say, well, how would a good, loving God send someone to hell forever and have them burn forever? Well, the answer to that question is his offer of salvation is eternal. The consequence for rejecting what is eternal is itself eternal. I'm going to let that sink in just a little bit. The consequence of rejecting what is eternal is itself eternal. So y'all want to not fear the Lord? The consequence of that, because he is everlasting, the consequence of that is itself everlasting. You don't want to honor him who is eternal from everlasting to everlasting. The consequence of that is from everlasting to everlasting.
Tell you. That's what it boils down to being, brother.
Yes, it does, my brother.
That's what it boils down to being. That's that free will. That's that choice. It's what we choose. And like what you were saying, these leaders, but brother, brother, I'm just hoping that we just calm down. Even if it's brief, that we calm down, sit down, and let's strategize. Hey, let's work out this issue here because we have a bigger issue that we need to do this over here. We seeing that these people are about to make a move on us. And we got to make sure that because truthfully, just because you call yourself a leader, you best to understand this too. You're responsible for that flock. Now, if you go sit there and you talk about you seeing a danger, and you're not warning the brothers and sisters about this. What you're responsible for that. Yeah. And it's like we taking the responsibility, and it's nonchalant, and that's how we move it. Everything is personal now. And we riding with it. And so in order for me to feel stronger about my feelings, all I need is a couple of brothers and sisters to follow me on this here. Then I'm going to voice my opinion out there. Let's call it worldwide, all on YouTube. And that's what I'm seeing. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Instead of us saying, look here, we have a very serious present, and the Most High told us what they was going to do. That's the thing that gets me, brother Galen. Yeah, man. We have the Most High who telling us, hey, this is what's going to happen to the world. They're going to hate you and so on. And the world is already preparing themselves to do just that. And we standing there looking like a knot on the log. Yeah. Man, please. Come on now. Yeah. You talk, this is, again, I'm learning so much from, I've been a pastor of people, but you really learn what it means to be a pastor when you have actual livestock. So I've got, Kathy and I have a big billy goat. And I put a feeder out there. I bought feeders for them, and it's a not wire. It's metal framing put together. And so I put enough food in there, enough hay in there for him to eat. He can put his little face in there, his big face in there,
and just pull stuff out, right? Well, he's so greedy that he sticks his whole head through the metal framing. Now, because he can't bend his head backwards, his horns get stuck. The point is that I'm responsible to go out there a couple times a day to make sure that, one, he hasn't got his head in there, but if he does, I have to be the one to go pull it out because he can't get his head out there. Now, if I don't ever go check on him, he can go crazy and break his neck, and then I've got a dead goat on my hands. It's the same type of thing. If you can follow that, brothers and sisters, those of you who are leaders, if you're not the one out there really checking on the flock, making sure they don't have their head, he could, because he's trying to get out of it, so he bowls it over. But if he does that, it could break his neck. Now, the life of that goat is my responsibility because I'm the shepherd. How much more are we going to be held accountable who are the shepherd of Yah's flock, the under shepherds of Yah's flock? You don't go out and check the flock and see how well they're doing. And I'll tell you, that goat reared up on me a week or so ago, and I started to tear his butt up. And my wife told me, "You're a mean shepherd." And I said, "Wow, that's not the way I want to be with my animals." So I've been making up to this goat. And I'm saying that all to say, we have to learn how to forgive and make up with one another. That doesn't mean that the issue is somehow magically gone away. But there's a way for us to deal with that. We need to be, you and I were working in that situation a while ago to be agents of reconciliation.
Yes.
That's what we were trying to do. It didn't work out that way, but that's what we were trying to do. Now, that didn't mean they still didn't need to go to court or whatever, but at least they could go with that beginning process of forgiveness. But people didn't want to go there. Life is too short. I have one of my best friends growing up had diabetes real bad. He just died the other day, 63 years old. 63, just both his legs amputated, fingers amputated, going blind in one eye, and here he just died. And people are dying not only for physical ailments, but because of spiritual ones. And again, once death happens, the Bible says, then the judgment. You better not go to this grave with unrepentant sin and unforgiveness in your heart toward a brother or sister. You will be held accountable for that. How the Most High holds you accountable for that, I don't know. But I do know this, the worst part of it will be everlasting banishment from his presence, and that you have to pay for your sins that Messiah paid for. Now, what you got to pay for them because you refuse to forgive, because you held unforgiveness, because you did what was wrong in the eyesight of the Messiah and didn't want to repent, you're going to go to hell forever because of that? You're going to be down there with the crooks and the criminals and those who conspired against us. You're going to be down there with them. Really? You're going to be down there with the very people who were conspiring against you. Your captor, you can be down there with your oppressors because you wouldn't forgive and do what was right.
That's true. That's true. Hey, I mean, looking at you like, wait a minute. Well, ain't you Israel? What you doing down here? Got judged.
And they're going to say, gotcha. They're going to say, gotcha.
Wow. This is where it stands. This is where it stands. I mean, we here. And brother, we've been talking about this stuff since last, we was talking about this all the way back in October, truthfully.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And here we are still talking about the same old thing. Hey, we picked up on this. We would say, hey, there, this stuff needs to be rectified,
Mm-hmm.
but then but the Most High said, leave your gift at the door and go
There you
make peace
go.
with your brother. They still have not done it, and now things are blowing up. Now they're getting not occupied. What do you call it? Distracted with their own feelings, and they're not seeing the storm that's heading towards them.
Mm-hmm.
By the time they realize, it's gonna be too late. And all you do is say, "Man, I ain't see that coming." Yeah, you occupied yourself with other things that you ain't supposed to be occupying yourself with.
Yeah. And the Bible says you can be without excuse. You can't say I didn't see it coming. And that be something, oh yeah, okay, you didn't see it coming. Okay, come on in and enjoy the rest of your Lord.
These are some serious times.
Yes, it is, brother. Perilous
Very
time.
serious time. Very serious time. Now, brother, let me ask you something on your farm. So what all do you do on your farm, brother?
Well, we have goats. So right now, we are conditioning the soil with compost from our kitchen and from the chickens to get the garden ready for planting.
Okay.
And then right now we need to get some more chickens. Some of our chickens were attacked and killed from a predator. So we need to get some more chickens and kind of expand our chicken operation. And we're managing our goats. We had a baby goat on December 8th, was born to us. So, got to give her all her vaccines and, just trying to build our flock. We're trying to decide as soon as we get some more money, whether we're going to buy another billy goat or we're going to buy a couple of nannies. I don't know which one is the best right now to do. I'm kind of leaning towards buying a couple of nannies. That are the thicker. Because we're doing meat goats, so we want the thicker carcass. So our billy goat he's really tall. He's real muscled, but he's not. Excuse me. He's not really thick like I'd like him. So, if it just depends. We just have to pray through and talk and study some more. We might do one of each, or we might get two females, and one new billy goat if we could save up that kind of money, which we should be able to do fairly soon. That would give us then the thick. Because what I like is again that thick carcass, because we're trying to sell meat. If we get the one main billy goat, the thicker one, and two new ewes, we'll let the one thick billy goat have first dibs, so to speak, on all of the females. And then we'll let our other billy goat, the tall one that's real lean, but he's very muscular, but he's kind of thin. He'll have all second generation, breeding rights, so that our flock is not only thick, but it's tall. And then see what's interesting with goats is the fathers can breed with their daughters, but brothers and sisters can't. So we'll and all the males that we get from the flock that are born, they'll go to harvest. So we keep the females, let them stay, and then any males we get, which will prevent brother and sister from mating, will you put a rubber ring around their testicles after about 2 weeks after they're born, and that gives them what's called a natural castration, and it also causes their meat to become sweeter because it doesn't allow that testosterone and stuff like that to get in their muscles and things, and so they gain a little bit more weight. They have what's called good marbling on them, which goats don't get really fat anyway. They don't have a whole lot of fat on them, which makes them a really good meat. And so those will be the ones we take to market on a regular basis.
How long you been doing this, brother?
Yeah. So we've been doing this just over a year. In fact, we just got our goats back in October. Yeah, October. We've
Oh,
had
all right.
chickens for about almost a year, something like that. Okay, just a second. I'm trying to finish what I'm saying. Say what you said. Oh yeah, and my wife is adding to this that we need to be teaching one another. One of the reasons we're doing this is to provide food for Yasharal, but we really need to be teaching one another how to survive.
Because that's where we standing at right now. This is about to get into a survival mode.
Yeah. So we're going to do a master's class real soon. I'm planning it out about how to start a farm. But the first part of the class is going to be about people just being able to have your own survival food in your house. So I mean, if you
Mm-hmm.
live in an apartment, you can either do it inside your apartment, or you can just get 5-gallon buckets and 1-gallon buckets, and you can plant in a I think it's 2-gallon pot. You can put strawberries in there, and you'll have strawberries the whole summer. And then you transplant them before it's too late in the fall, and put them in the ground, and they'll come back next year.
Mm.
And if you can't do that, then you just keep them. Let them go to seed, and you can save strawberry seeds and plant them again the next year. This is new to us. This is new to us. I mean, we're not experts. We're not saying we've accomplished everything. I mean, we're new, but we had a conviction from the Most High that we've been, as a husband and wife team, as pastors and stuff like that, and Bible teachers, we've been feeding the flock spiritual food. But what good is spiritual food if in the famine you have nothing to actually eat? So we said, you know what? We know famine's coming. The Bible says it is.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing to prepare our brothers and sisters, to have something to eat? Literally have something to eat. And so that's what we're doing with this work.
Yeah, because eventually it's going to happen where it's going to get to a point to where it's not going to be about money. It's
No,
going to be about what food you got to eat.
that's right.
When it's all over, and the world's seeing this, and that's why I'm like trying to, like, brothers. I mean, let's look at what's going on. This is what this is about. A food shortage. It ain't no money shortage. It's a food shortage.
Yeah. And one of the things we're trying to talk about or suggest with people for Hebrews is, I just talked about people growing stuff, in their houses, or you can put stuff in your windows. But maybe
Mm-hmm.
some Hebrews need to get together and say, you know what, I'm going to grow medicinal herbs and spices. And someone says, okay, well, I'm going to grow some tomatoes and this can be all done in your house, And someone says, I'm going to grow some asparagus, or just things that can actually grow in a pot. One tomato. I think Lisa Cabrera was on the other day. I don't know. I haven't researched her things, but one tomato plant. And I've grown tomatoes this past summer. You off of one tomato plant, you can get more tomatoes than you can eat. I can say that. So if let's say a person says, you know what, I'm going to grow 4 tomato plants, 1 for me to consume and 3 to share with others.
Mm-hmm.
That's just tomato plants on your kitchen counter. You can do that, or take a spare room that you're not using a whole lot, or even if you
Mm-hmm.
do use it, just clean it up, clear it up, put a tomato plant in a 2-gallon bucket. Those are not that big. I think they're 12 inches across, and 10 inches deep. You can put something under catch water, and just put your tomato plant, 4 tomato plants in that thing, and you can grow more. You can eat 1 for yourself and share 3 with others. Then now you have something to trade. Now you have something to barter with. You know, another person says, well, I'm going to grow. One thing I'm doing right now, I have a bag. We have some, we bought some organic ginger. Ginger is one of the easiest things to grow. So I took the organic ginger out of, it was almost done. We kind of wasn't using it. I put it, I wet it, and I put it in a plastic bag so it would retain moisture. And as soon as the little eyes on it get a little stem, I'm gonna put it in a pot. And ginger doesn't even have to be watered much. You just put it outside in a shady area where it doesn't have a whole lot of direct sunlight, and it'll take care of itself. Let's let the rain take care of it. Ginger is both food and medicine.
Exactly. Yeah.
So those are the kind of things we're doing right now, Mike, to get prepared. I've saved. We had watermelons. We did okay with watermelons and cucumbers last summer. But what I did was I saved all. I took like 4 of our watermelons. I planted different varieties. So I saved seeds. I got them stored in my refrigerator. I've got cucumber seeds. We saved it, so we're getting ready to start planting. Probably around the 1st of February, after the first real frost is gone, we'll do our planting. And again, you don't have to be on a farm to do it. The other thing is this, brothers and sisters, the USDA, through what's called the NRCS office, Natural Resources Conservation and something service, has money for urban farming. They will pay you. They will give you money to plant a garden in your yard. See, that's the kind of stuff we need to share with one another.
See, instead of me fighting. Yeah.
Instead of fighting, you know what? You can go. Everybody, go to your USDA office, the NRCS office. Every county has one. Excuse me, and ask them for this 200. Let's see. Don't quote me. It's between 200 and 650 $1 million that's been set aside for urban gardening across the country. So, you might have to fight for it. Just apply. Don't worry. Just go apply for it. Go up there, look nice. First impressions are lasting. Apply for urban gardening. There's a sister, Dr. Cindy Ayers Elliott, in Jackson, Mississippi. She has Footprint Farm. She's an urban farmer. Now, she's been doing this a little while. So her operation is really up and running. She's a real entrepreneur. She's a real go-getter. But go online and look at Footprint Farm. It's an urban farm. Community. Maybe I should use community. Urban community farm, as my wife is, that's probably the proper term. But you can actually get money from the U.S. government to grow something for you to eat. And that's how I gave that example of the tomatoes. You might say, I'm going to plant it's urban. You're not talking about, if you did a 4x4, 4 feet by 4 feet little plot, and a lot of people have 4x4s, enough place to do a raised garden, get you some 2x10s or 2x8s, cut them to 4 feet by 4 feet, screw them together, put some plastic up under it, and fill it with some leaves, or put about 2 or 3 inches of leaves at the bottom, some sticks, stuff like that, and then fill the rest with potting soil and good organic dirt. And that's an urban farm. And they will pay you. Grow stuff you want to eat. Grow stuff you like. My wife said, no, you don't. I'm telling you. My wife said, you got to grow more. You don't. It's called a raised bed garden. And, they got these little chicken coops at Tractor Supply, places like that. You can put 3 chickens in there. Man, if you got a backyard, got a little bit of space, get your 3 chickens, 3 laying hens. They don't make any noise. Costs a little bit to feed them, but they will give you eggs. You don't have to pay for eggs. You know how much eggs? Tell them how much eggs cost, Mike.
Man,
Tell them how much a
please.
dozen eggs cost.
It used to be $3. They up that thing they got they up to it's almost $12 now.
Kathy said in California, they're up to $14.
Ooh, no, that's shoplifting
A
material, man.
chicken will basically lay one egg every day. Do you know what you can do just to have, if you had 3 chickens, that's 3 eggs a day. 3 eggs a day times 5. That's a little over a dozen eggs a week. Most people don't eat a dozen eggs a week. So guess what? You can turn around to your brother and sister and sell them a dozen eggs. Instead of $9, $10, $12, $14, you can sell them a dozen eggs for $4.50. Make you a little bit of money. You'll cover your feed cost and you'll put a little money in your pocket. Now, I'm not talking about breaking the bank, but you'll have something that you can live on and help somebody else live. That's the kind of stuff we need to be doing.
Yep. That's that conversation we need to be having each and every day.
Before our chickens got predatorized, man, we had so many eggs over here in our house. Now we're down to 2 laying hens, and we're about to buy 5 more. I believe my wife wants, and I'm gonna get me a little electric fence. Now what I'm doing because I'm on 22 acres. It's very different than somebody who's got 30 feet in their backyard. But I'm telling you, you could easily have 3 or 4 chickens, and a 4x4 or maybe a little bit more of a garden space. Huh? Yeah. My wife, I'm gonna tell them all that. You can actually get paid. And what they do is, what the US government does is they'll say, let's say you go apply for, and it's applying time right now. Right now is the time to go apply at your USDA office, NRCS office. So they'll say, okay, you come apply, and you apply for the urban gardening, urban farming. And they say, okay, well, we're going to give you $5,000 for your urban farm, your urban garden. And then when it comes time, you set up a little account. And when it comes time for them to issue the money, they just deposit the money in your account. The one thing they will do is they'll come out, and they're real flexible. But they'll just say, hey, how's it going? They'll look at what you're doing. They'll say, okay, great, here's the money. And they have people that will come and help you do what you need to do. They'll send them out. That's their job. That's what they get paid for. They'll come out and say, oh, hey, do it this way. Whatever they tell you, do it. Yeah, we're trying to get Yeah. My wife is saying, be honest. Whatever you say you're going to just do it. And don't do more than what you say. Right now, we're trying to get what's called a high tunnel, which is a really strong plastic reinforced greenhouse. But they used to have a program with the NRCS that they'll give you the money for it up front. And then a company that makes them would give you the material. You put up the high tunnel. And let's say you have a contract for $8,000, or $10,000 for a high tunnel. The high tunnel may cost you $6,000. They'll give you $5,500, something like that up front. You use that. You hire someone or build it. They'll come back out, and they give you what's called practices. So they give you more money than what you actually need. So they'll come out, they'll approve everything, and then they'll give you all $10,000, and then you pay off the high tunnel company. Well, the sad reality is they don't do that anymore. Companies don't do it because too many people who say they're Christians, quote unquote, have ripped them off. They'll get the materials, build the high tunnel, and then not pay them. So we're trying to figure out now. We did our front part. I got a young man that'll come and put up my high tunnel, but I can't find a company right now that'll do the old deal because they're tired of getting burned by quote unquote people who say they're believers and not paying them. But we're going to get it put up. We're going to get it put up. And there's a lot you learn biblically from, growing things and stuff like that. You'll really come to know what Yeshua was talking about when he said the fig tree blossoms in early spring. When you start growing stuff, you know exactly what he was talking about.
I don't know, bro. You know, my thing is, and that's the whole purpose I had to come back to, you know, get things together. I'm really looking at the aquaponics system and doing both at one time and things of that nature. I mean, the system to get it started is it doesn't cost a lot of money to to get it started and thing. And it's like it takes about two hours out of the day just to go work on some things and just let stuff start growing. You know, because when it's all over said and done, and I'm not knocking the brothers and sisters that talking about their crypto and how they invest their money and things, because when it's all over said and done, it ain't gonna be the money that you're gonna be eating. Yeah, it's not gonna be that money.
They're gonna take that crypto.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. It's a switch. All they gotta do is turn it off. All they gotta do is turn it off. But when it's all over said and done, it's gonna be like, what do you have to eat?
Yeah.
What do you have to barter with?
Exactly.
And that's where we standing at. We right there. They showing us what they're about to do. This is the reason why I tell brothers and sisters, we're gonna have to start working together to work these things out, to put these things in place so that we can be self-sufficient. Because it may be that remnant that feeds themselves that the Most High gonna say, I'm gonna save them too.
That's right.
They took things into consideration.
That's right.
That's how I'm looking at it, brother. That's how I'm looking at it.
Brother, I've got to get outside again and go do my chickens real quick.
I got you. Yeah, I was about to close it out anyway, brother, and things. Okay. Yeah, I was about to close it out anyway. This is the longest I ever been on.
Thanks for letting me come on and share. I appreciate it.
No, brother, we got to do this again because we're going to start talking about these gardens and letting these brothers know. I mean, if they can start off simple, let these brothers, all right, you said ginger, this all I got to do for ginger. But once brothers and sisters see that small stuff that's growing, that small stuff, it gets them to thinking about a little bit more things. And then they want to add this. Then they want to add that. Then they start seeing themselves. Or I got you, DB Morgan. And they start growing. They growing more and more. That's what it go boiled down to. Because trust and believe.
Yeah, online. If you go on YouTube, there's a lot of sisters, especially brothers and sisters out there who are doing, growing all kinds of stuff just in their backyard. The one that helped teach me the other day about the ginger. I had tried to grow ginger once before, but she gave a little class on it. I realized what I had done wrong, but she got a garden in her backyard. She's got more stuff in a small area, and it's not all congested. I mean, and there's plans. You can go online and on YouTube and on Google and look at layouts, and you can actually make it ornamental. So your yard isn't just looking like, just some overgrown, monstrosity or whatever, but, it's nice laid out. You can have, and you grow complementary crops and things like that. So tomatoes and marigolds, you plant those because the marigolds attract the good bugs that keep away the pest and eat the pest, stuff like that. It's really a lot of fun, and you get you get exercise and stuff like that by doing these things. So, and something to eat and something to trade.
Yeah,
I just highly recommend it. But listen, love y'all, love the family. Kathy's waving her hand and telling y'all she loves you too. So, love y'all. We'll talk to you again on the next time.
All right, be in peace, brother.
Shalom.
Brothers and sisters, yeah, and I'd like to thank you, brothers and sisters, for being in today. These are some of the pressing things that we are contended with, and let's just work a lot harder on the more important things. The more important things. That's where we're gonna. It's going to be our survival. That's what it's going to be. I tell you. And for those that like the content and then they want to share in this, because trust and believe, It's going to be more of this content coming out because we seeing the danger. We seeing the danger. Stop beating that Billy Goat. And so let's act upon it, brothers and sisters. And for those that wants to donate for this cause that me and Brother Galen trying to put together, where we can come together, where we make things a little bit bigger. Right now, you can Zelle it to me, and then there's I still have the Rooted in Hebrew Cash App. And yeah, I mean that's the royal priesthood. That's the whole purpose of me being back here, just to take care of some loose ends here, and then to go back because I'm serious about the aquaponics system, and it does not take a whole lot of money to get the system in. But I was going to do things a tad bit different, and I would do a tad bit thing. I would do something a little bit different, but it's still gonna be the aquaponics system. And I tell you, because this is where we get into, brothers. They're gonna shut the money down. They're gonna shut it down because right now you just use money to buy food. The day is going to come when you would not be able to have the money to buy the food. And so now this is the reason why I was saying a few months ago that we need to be self-sufficient. We need to be self-sufficient. We got to have that in our heads. And that may be going out to only a few selective Hebrews out there. It may be. I don't know, but I feel that I have to speak up on it. That's just me. But when it's all over said and done, brothers and sisters, we will have to. And when it's everything's done, we will fall back and give glory to the Most High because He gave us the warning and we paid attention to it. We didn't pay attention to all the other nonsense that was going on. What we really got, I mean, we may have seen it, but we paid more attention to our survival. That's what we did. And if you brothers and sisters, like I said, if you like to donate, let me do it this way because I do know the thing. There's my email. That's a Zelle account. And then we have, I'm going to just type it in. Oh, man, come on. We ain't got all day. Booyah. There we go. And so, brothers and sisters, I didn't expect this to go this long, but hey, I hope that that it was edifying and that we really start take to heart of what's going on within our community. Because trust me, you can be Sister Monica, Sister Royal Priesthood over here, over there. When it's all over said and done, we still go get affected no matter where we at if we don't straighten this nonsense out. And that's to anyone, leaders and all. We all have this responsibility of maintaining peace. We have that. We have that. Y'all willing? I hope to be back tomorrow, brothers and sisters, and meet back again, that we can be encouraging to one another as we see these days come to its end. Keep your head on the swivel. Now, when I say keep your head on a swivel, they just released a lot of people from prison. And then he's not done. He's not done. And we ain't even talking about the ones that's not in prison, but the ones who feel, hey, we got a man that's in power. He's for us. Let's go find some Negroes. Keep your head on a swivel, Israel. It has gotten a whole lot realer. And I do leave you, brothers and sisters, in peace. And I hope that the Most High continue to bless each and every last one of you exceedingly, Israel. Shalom. Take care.